Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. The goal here really is to find something comfortable where you're not wanting to shift and move around in the meditation. It's also useful to have an upright back if possible. It helps with your breathing. You really just want to find what works for you. This is also an open eye meditation practice. Now, you may have learned to practice with your eyes closed, and that's fine. And if you feel more comfortable doing that, go ahead. However, I would urge you to keep your eyes open. We're not trying to close off anything here. We're not trying to running away or anything. We want to be very clear and accepting of this moment just as it is. So we keep our eyes open. With your eyes open, go ahead and just drop your eyes down below you. We're not staring at a particular spot in the floor. We're not analyzing, judging, looking really intently. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze. Not buzzed, not blurry. Just a nice, light, clear gaze directed downwards. You're in a comfortable seated position. Your eyes are open and down. Allow your body to relax all by itself. Just remain right here. Calm down. Gently bring your attention to the sensation of breathing. Bring it to wherever you feel it the most. You can do it in your nose, near the mouth, the chest, the lower belly, anywhere. Just find your breath. And let your attention rest gently with breathing. And let every out-breath sink you deeper into this present moment. Leave alone the to-do list and all the problems. Just remain with breathing. Allow it all to calm down by itself. Bring your attention to the inner body. Notice how you feel. Maybe you're dealing with some anxiety. Or maybe you're neutral. Whatever it is, just allow whatever feeling that is here, unpleasant and pleasant, allow it to be just as it is. What does it feel like? Where exactly in your body does this emotion happen? Maybe you feel the butterflies of anxiety or the sinking feeling of depression. Whatever it is, can you find where it is in your body? Look carefully. And maybe you'll notice that you're having trouble finding an emotion because you start thinking about dinner or planning something with school, your worries and your problems come up. When this happens, don't push it away. Don't run from thinking. Just return to the breath and then come back to your emotions. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? What exactly is it? What do you discover? And I'm probably catching you thinking now. Just return to the sensation of your breath. Then go back to the emotion you feel right now. If it's anxiety, does anxiety exist as butterflies in your stomach? What happens when we stop calling it anxiety? What happens when we stop calling it depression and we just feel it? Without naming it, what is this emotion you feel? What is it really? Is it solid? Does it have rough edges or soft edges? And from your perspective, where does it come from? What do you discover? Notice how we have thoughts around this emotion. Notice the kind of words that are going through your head about this anxiety or depression or whatever. And unless we pay attention to these thoughts as they are, we don't notice that they're very negative. They project this emotion into the future. They name the emotion and have a story about it. Notice if you have any tendency to want to run away from this feeling of anxiety or whatever. Just see if you can turn around and accept it just as it is. Not accepting it to get rid of it, but accepting it to befriend it. Just accept and calm down. right, you can look at the screen. I know today was a bit different. If you've been showing up every day for these, this one was a little different. I spent a lot of my life completely crippled by anxiety, specifically with being a hypochondriac, worrying about everything. In fact, it still comes up today. But it wasn't until I found meditation that I really understood where the suffering happens. See, like a lot of us, when we're afraid, we want that to end to feel better. And that makes sense, right? The feeling of being afraid and anxious and worried is what's causing me to be unhappy. But we don't see that running away from this feeling, running away from the pain, is what stirs it up even more. Because in a weird way, we're still attached to it. Like, anxiety comes up, you feel it here, you're thinking crazy, like, what if this happens? Basically, anxiety is saying, what if, space, then something negative? What if this happens? Negative. But we're thinking and worried and have this feeling of anxiety, and then we want to run from it. But that's still attaching to it, right? Because there's this thing and we don't want it. There it is, attached. Or you can cling to it, my anxiety. We always say this, I have anxiety. We put an identity to it. But that is, running away from it and attaching to it is the same. What we need to do, instead of running, instead of attaching, we need to go up here and watch it. Watch it. Not watch it so I can get rid of it, but watch it. Because when I was going through this, I was trying to get rid of meditation. When I was first going through learning how to meditate, I was trying to get rid of anxiety. And it didn't work. In fact, it made it worse. Until I learned to accept it. Oh, there it is again. Oh, depression, there it is again. Oh, happiness, there it is again. Learning to not talk about it in my head and continue to make a thing of it, reify it. What Buddhists and I think Taoists also call one taste. One taste. Everything just is as it is. And we learn to just accept everything. So when anxiety comes, no problem. When fear comes, when frustration, everything that comes, you can just watch it and let it go. But if you reject it, you don't want those kind of things, they tend to stay. But if you can just watch it come up by itself and leave by itself, we become indifferent. But not negatively indifferent. We become free. Now, if you have any questions about what I talk about here, feel free to comment below. I answer all questions. In fact, I encourage you to, because your question will help others who are reading the comments below. And I answer them thoroughly. And there are no bad questions, really, unless they're like personal, not about meditation. But those aren't really bad either. Just let me know. I will be here for you. I also post a video like this every day. If you want to begin a meditation practice or continue one that you left off a long time ago, join the Attentive Mind and I'll be here for you. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up for your life. I'll see you tomorrow.